hello everyone to the closing ceremony for the Toronet Hackathon. As Ken said, it has been a long 1 month, but a very successful one. It was a great pleasure for us at techFiesta to organize this hackathon and to host it on our platform and to involve our community in it. There were, I think, more than 100 people who participated in the hackathon, with a lot of projects coming out of it. So I would just say a couple of words what we're doing tonight. So tonight we'll basically have our closing remarks of the hackathon, and of course, we'll announce the winners of the hackathon. Originally, we were supposed to have 3 winners, but there were 2 more that were picked from the Toronet team with some additional prizes because there were some really great submissions, and the Toronet team wanted to give more prizes to more teams. All right, so without further ado, I would like to give the word to the Toronet team to, of course, say some final words and announce the winners.
Thank you so much for that. Let me just quickly share my screen. So I would use this slide to basically explain how we went through the selection and just provide some feedback to the project that participated. The main points are this. There were 15 good projects that made valid submissions. We had many different ways of reviewing. Every member of our team, pretty much, of the leadership team sent in reviews. We had 3 sets of scoring, right? The entire concept itself, the technical aspects of the submissions, and more importantly, the commercialization, because remember what we said at the beginning, that Toronet is a blockchain that focuses on successful real-world projects that are going to succeed, right? We wanted to move away from a lot of things that the blockchain world does, where the idea was to just create a token, get it on an exchange, hope it grows, and not really care if anything comes out of it. As long as the token can go up a little bit, they can sell off, and everybody can move away and then go to a different project. We think that the amount of talent that we saw in the submissions, anybody that has that approach, you guys are selling yourself short if you have that approach, because we believe that with the emerging economy that's now utilizing this technology, I mean, everyone here can do a lot better than just simply, looking for a token that would grow for like a few days, or even just trying to win a hackathon prize. The quality of those things that are submitted tells me that if you guys build a lot of these things further, you can find success in this that's going to grow to things that are bigger. Like Mariah said, 5 projects were selected as winners, but that doesn't mean that some of the projects which did not win, if you continue to build, it's just that maybe the time provided for the hackathon and the kind of ideas you have is one that needs to be fleshed out more, or maybe the feedback, for instance, on the commercialization end, can help you to go back and add those elements to it. And, we're always here. We do incubate projects, even without a hackathon. Like I said the last time, since then, even we've increased the number of projects that we're incubating. So this is an open platform, and we're always here as long as you continue to develop what you're building and you have a goal of really solving a real problem in your community. There's room for some prizes and some rewards to still come in future. Your project is your project, and your project actually is your real reward, the success of your project. All right. So some projects did not win immediately, like I said, but we encourage you to keep building. A few projects that we seem as if they were ideas that were copied from other projects, because we saw even in the submission that there were links to some other projects. So it was kind of maybe shortly done. So those obviously didn't make one of the 5 winners, but we do say that, look, even if you see an idea out there, every idea is one that developed because you saw a good idea, but you have to own it and improve it. and make it better and build on it, right? Rather than just trying to win like $500, $1,000 prize, right? Okay, so the other thing is Toronet will continue to be a home for your projects. We're an open fintech platform. We provide a lot of features that enables your project to truly succeed. Like if you're on Ethereum right now, you don't have African stable coins, but many of you probably have found out that if you're really going to build something that's successful in your jurisdiction, people still think and want to pay in stable coins in the communities that you are in. So we provide gateways. We have right now Kenyan shillings, and that comes into Toro Kenyan shillings. We have Toro Nairas and also South African Rand, Egyptian pounds, and we will open more stable coins in the African communities and other emerging economies as the need rises and as the demand comes up. We also open doors to technology partnerships. One of the things that you'll notice among the winners is a lot of ESG component is involved because there's a lot of demand if the projects are done right for them to be able to attract some of the carbon credits and some of the things that are important to international organizations, but it has to be done right. And that's where we can bring some of our expertise on board. We have a very strong leadership team. You met myself, you met Bolaji, you met Akan, you met Wenhai. And so there's a lot of things that this platform can do for you if you are on the Toronet platform. It's a community blockchain. The governance tokens belong to us. Apart from even the stable coins, like if you build on Solana, Solana was minted and it was even pre-mined with a lot of tokens going to the hands of a few people. If we grow our own communities, these governance tokens are going to grow for us. And that's one of the things that you'll notice is even though we never promised the governance tokens as prizes, we are actually giving it out to most projects. And some of you that actually didn't win, even if you develop further, you are able to actually gain access to those government tokens. As far as the platform plus, one thing that I noticed with projects, especially many young projects, is it's very hard for them to gain access to gateways. It's a very tough thing. You have to have so many applications and so on, right? But Toronet can open some of our gateways that we are creating. We are actually, like I said, an open fintech platform, but we're also an aggregator now of payment gateways. So if you are building on Toronet, you can gain access to Naira, Kenyan shillings, like I said, and other currencies, US dollars, but it has to be projects that are well structured. So these are payment gateways that we plan to support. We're developing the framework now, and some of those we are already onboarded. And we'll open the doors to CBDCs too, which are emerging, and also to other crypto payment gateways. So now we'll get to the winners. Mara, do you guys want to announce the winners, or are we announcing the winners?
Please, I will
All
just
right.
do the drum roll, right? I don't know
Okay.
on which drum, but like imagine I'm doing a drum roll. Da, 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 da.
All right. But you guys have a better graphics than I do, is why I said this. Anyway, so here are the overall winners. Based on the composite scoring that we have, these are the projects that, got to the top, frotted to the top. There's Kofa City, Grovers, Thrift Chain, and Echo Reward, and Nai. There are a few projects more also that we do like, but these are the ones that were able to make the cut. All right, so now I think that's all we have. Any questions? Any comments?
Hello, Dr. Ken.
Yes, Webster.
Thank you. I just want to say congratulations to all our winners for the job well done. And we look forward to developing a project on a platform on a much bigger scale. But congratulations to all our winners. Thank you. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yes.
I will share the pretty picture here that we have created for the winners. Also here with the category that they belong to. So maybe a question from my side, if you can or would like to say a few words about the winners. Why did you pick them? You mentioned that because they also had an ESG component, but maybe you can say just a few words why exactly, for example, Cover City won the first prize.
Right. Let me see if I'm just going to open this current composite so I can speak from there. Oh, am I still sharing my screen?
No, I think only I am.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfect. All right, let me open this current composite. All right, so for Comfort City, the feedback is as follows. All right, it's number one, it will be good to introduce ways in which savings can grow. That's one of the reasons, it got a strong grade, but people feel like, all right, you're saving and you're saving with crypto. It is very, very secure. You can trust the smart contracts that your funds are going to be safe because it's the code that's executing it. But maybe in time, it will be good to add ways in which people who save can take some of their savings and participate in either projects they see that they feel will grow so that they can actually grow some of what they're saving, right? Okay, second point was building on an existing system of thrift is not new, but adding a blockchain component to it makes it unique. Okay, I think it has a first move advantage. There are concerns from others that the team behind it has been known to develop a project in the past that didn't succeed and they gave up on it. But that happens, right? In entrepreneurship, sometimes the first project you work on does not succeed. So, but that one of the feedback was that. And then some of the links in the presentation for Capacity did not work, but we see that they actually have a full MVP. In fact, more than an MVP, they were able to develop a product that actually works during this time. For Grovers, which was the second, the big thing there is that this is real and actionable, and this is a group that's already installing Solar, right? So now what they've done is bring blockchain to it to allow blockchain to basically do the financing side, make it trustable, and make it de-risk it. So if implementation is made on homes, right, and those homes were paying, they always pay bills, but now those bills will be paid directly on chain. And now financing companies, which they've secured a partnership. So that's another thing is the commercialization part is clear. They've found a partner that can finance those solar productions. They've already made 50 installations, and they were able to prove that. Another thing is this is all very provable because you can see actually on Google Maps the installations that they promised that they've done, and they're very easy to verify. The third part of it is some of these installations can be very clearly packaged in the international market as carbon offsets. So that was number 3. I think Thrift Chain was another that did very well. And the feedback we have from Thrift Chain was that, let me see here. The feedback for Thrift Chain is a very well presented project. The platform's goals, customization, and commercializability was very clear. But this project goes beyond just technology. Why maybe they didn't get a higher score was they did not draw a straight line between how they're going to build this and how they're going to get customers on board. And unlike Cover City, which kind of already it has a full product, Thrift Chain does not yet have a full developed product. But as they continue to build, this is a project that also has a lot of promise. I think I'm going to stop there, but any project is free to actually reach out to myself or any member of the team if they want greater detail, how we can, steer them better, if they want to see the details of the feedback that everybody contributed a lot of time to actually provide.
Perfect. Thank you so much for explaining, giving feedback. I want to congratulate the winners. These are really, really great ideas. And thank you for investing your time and building these projects. participating in this hackathon. Thank you to the Toronet team for sponsoring this hackathon and trusting us at techFiesta and our community for this hackathon. It has been a pleasure working with you. So now maybe a few words towards what are the next steps. So I think the winners, and not only the winners, but all people, all teams that build projects, they can connect with the Toronet team to take the further steps in actually further building. As Ken already said, there are different grants that they provide and support that they provide for the projects to be built. So you can always talk to the Toronet team for further support in building your projects. We always encourage that when you build a project and there's potential, the sponsor says there is potential, they see a market fit, that you continue building this project. And even if you haven't won, use the feedback that you have received and continue building the project. Or maybe pivot and build something where the market really has a need. Also, a couple of words about next steps. techFiesta is starting partnerships with different accelerators and investors. So in the couple of months, we will have basically a group of investors that will also review winners of hackathons. And you guys will have the opportunity to tap into further sources for funding your projects if you want to build them further. Yeah, so again, thank you from my end. Are there any questions here in the group? Because we have a lot of participants in the call, so maybe you guys have any questions or want to say something.
Right, and before we throw it up, Maria, I want to make one clarification. These graphics here says that the bootstrap is automatic, right? Many of these projects actually have not fulfilled the requirements for a bootstrap. A bootstrap actually has very clear requirements, right? And one of it is demonstrable commercializability, right? City is probably going to get there. Grovers already has that because we have a partner in the carbon credit market that would probably package some of the solars that they're installing, right? So announcements will be made. But with the point I'm trying to make is the bootstrap grants are not automatic, but they're announcements that's going to be made subsequently as each of these projects reach the requirements for the bootstrap. But everything else is there. There is also to get the 100 storages.
Perfect. We have one question. Yeah, please, Ayuba.
Okay, thank you for organizing this hackathon for us, and we're glad that we participated. But the question I want to ask is, I noticed that the winners are basically, from what you said, they already have they're already fully developed, sort of. They have a project, it's already running, and that wasn't really in the description because uh, we're thinking is you have an idea, a sound idea, you bring it on board, and then we get to see. But from these winners here that you've announced, it seems they are already a full-fledged company. They have a customer base, and they are already heading somewhere. This information would have been very vital to us from the beginning, and we would have known how to, go about this.
Okay, so now, Ayuba, thank you for that question. Now, I need to point out something. City is actually newly developed, right? They're just really completing their product. You're right, Grovers actually has not built their app yet, but they are a solar company that's already installing. Thrift Chain is not fully developed at all, not yet. So they, as far as I know, what they submitted is new, right? And the same for the last 2 of the 5 winners. So there is an opening if the concept is really sound, right? And like I said, even Grovers has not yet built their app. But the thing is that they did describe a commercialization, and the ESG component ties with some that's of interest. Balaji, who is a co-founder with us, is going to say a few words and explain some of the rationale, right? And we see opportunities immediately that some of these projects can tap into. Now, as far as agrofinance, it's a good project. It's a very good project. And actually, this is one project that can win an incubation if it continues to be developed. It's a great use case, but it still needs a lot of work. The warehousing aspect is a big deal. But now, just because your project needs a lot of work to get there, it might not be easy to demonstrate, and you're correct, in a hackathon, that it would be commercializable. But the prize, if you develop it and build to that level, could be greater. This is a problem that many people are trying to tackle. It has operational aspect that goes beyond blockchain. But if you're really sticking to it and you really develop this project, even compared to all of these winners, this is a project that can yield a great reward. That's one feedback I can provide. All right, next question.
Okay, all right.
Hello.
Okay, we have a yes, Joshua.
Yeah, please. Nice. I was able to enjoy. I enjoyed the outline, but I don't know if you can spare a few minutes just to give feedback on Echo for Rewards.
Echo for Rewards. All right. So the feedback we have on Echo for Rewards is it impressively merges environmental incentives with economic empowerment. Okay, and it tackles unemployment and environmental degradation. Okay, you have a three-tiered approach to environmental actions that adds versatility, comprehensive impact. The one thing that is missing is it needs to develop a compelling reason for donors to fund the project, to receive donations from non-governmental organizations. Now, that is something that we can actually work with you on. We have a lot of principles in this area, but at this point, the project has not run a straight line in how it's going to get that funding. So one of the reviewers said the description of what it's going to do with the SDGs, I repeat of what everybody is saying. So there's not a unique component to it. So that's something you can maybe work on a little bit more. But this is a great opportunity if it's developed further. All right. Now, this is what we're going to do because this is a 30-minute presentation. Like I said, we are here. We're not going anywhere. This platform is there and we're built for you guys. So do reach out. We're happy to work with you. We're happy to provide details of all the reviews that we have, and they're all constructive. And, I didn't want to go through every single project, but you can freely reach out to me or anyone in the team for further engagement.
Perfect. All right. So I would suggest that anyone that wants feedback about their project, you just reach out to the Toronet team directly, and then you can receive feedback about your project. Thank you, Ken, for elaborating now and also for preparing such good feedback about everyone and having such a transparent scoring for the projects. Now, you mentioned that Bulaji wants to maybe say a few words before we end the meeting today.
Yeah, this is just what I want all the participants to know. We are preparing a small summary that we are going to share with Techstars on all the companies that participated. Because Techstars is one of the world's fastest growing incubators for seed stage and pre-seed stage funding. So I'll be talking to one of their managing directors next week, and we're going to just get him to look at some of these projects and see which ones fall within the area of interest. So that is something that we can do for the projects very, very easily because of two reasons. One, the founders of Toronet belong to the Endeavor Network. That's the world's largest network of Endeavor impact entrepreneurs. And then some of the companies we've met in the past, some of the guys who are running Techstars today were some of the VCs that funded us in the past. So we're going to do some soft introduction for you guys. And thank you for all the documents you put on GitHub, because it will help us to do that short intro and send it out to these guys to take a look at. So let's keep our relationship on. Don't let's end it. That's really what I wanted to say. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you so much, Balaji, and thank you for this amazing opportunity that you're taking this step further in introducing Techstars also to the winners. So thank you again so much for this presentation tonight, for participating in the hackathon, and I wish everyone good luck with building their projects, and have a great evening.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Thank you.